We are live. How about tomorrow? Oh yeah, I want to wait. What? Oh. Cardinal Hayes is going for their trying to be the first inner city high school football team in New York City to win a state championship. 2:00 tomorrow against St. Francis Buffalo. The Cardinal Hayes football team. They play in a field where the lights shut off. They have no lights. So I'm sorry, shut off. It goes pitch black, and then they have to walk, a 10-minute walk, to fields that have lights to continue their practice. And tomorrow, these are a lot of single-family home kids. They're going to win a championship. Of course, it's an all-black football team, and of course, it's all white coaches, which perplexes me to no end. But, I don't coach the kids, but I always feel like, why do these inner-city kids, why can't they have a coach? No other way to say it, looks like them. I don't understand why it's always the white coaches. I look around all in sports, football. All the players are black. All the coaches you hear about are white. I mean, it's just very few African American coaches. If they are, they're the top recruiter. But they're great to recruit the kids. But what? They're not good enough to coach the kids. I mean, that's a crock of shit in my opinion. That's a big crock of shit in my opinion. And that's all I have to say on that front. And I went to a place, Au Jus today. Oklahoma barbecue on 99th and Broadway. I got a rack of ribs and a piece of cornbread that was like eating sandpaper. I spit it out. I was starving. Ate a couple ribs, and I said, your food sucks. So I put something on my story. I'm putting something here, and I put something on the story here. I sent them a note, and nothing from them, those fucking assholes. Your food fucking sucks. Those aren't ribs. That was disgusting. First of all, they were brown. They didn't look like ribs. They had no flavor. And I mean, I waited forever. They came out, and I was like, dude, these are not ribs. They're all fat pork pieces of shit. Yeah, they sucked. Sucked. There's no other way to say it. Kind of like the Cowboys defense. And how about the penalties yesterday between the Cowboys and the Seahawks? That was an ugly game. On the series in the first half for the Seahawks, they had a touchdown taken back. They got another one taken back. They had to do a third time. And Cowboys were up 41-35. And I was like, is this over? Nope. They went down. And on a fourth down play, what was his name? I want to make sure I get that right. Dallas, the running back for because Charbonnet got injured. He bashed his knee on the turf. Turf is great and everything. And he had to come in, I'm trying to get it right here, that he had to come in, for Dallas was running out, but then Dexter Lawrence came, was it Dexter Lawrence? I want to make sure I get that right, yes. So Carroll, 9.5 point, never punted. Neither team either punted, which is, yeah. And they had, no one punted because both teams went for it on fourth down. Tyler Lockett dropped the fourth down pass. He should have had a touch, should have had a first down there. And they forced, 41-35. Micah Parsons came in, blew through the line and got to him. But DJ Dallas was to go out for a screen, but DeMarcus Lawrence burst through, bam, and then Micah Parsons, and I was like, what happened? They blew up that last play. Cowboys win. First win against a team with a winning record this season. Their 14th win in a row at home. The Seahawks had won 5 in a row over Dallas in regular season, and that was the first loss. Pete Carroll was 36-0 when his team scores 35-plus points in a game. 36-0. 97-1. The only loss before today, 41-38. They lost to Texas in that Rose Bowl 2006, which I was on today with the company, and I said he choked in that game. He choked in the Super Bowl where he didn't give the ball to Marshall and Lynch. He decided to throw a little what do you call that? An in screen, whatever you want to call it. A little cross pattern, Malcolm Butler wanted it more, and instead of running it in for a goddamn touchdown, interception, and Brady got a ring he should have never got that ring. He should have got the goddamn ring against the who's this? This is Ani Ramos Catching Academy. How you doing there, buddy? And should have won. He should have won that one, Brady, and he should have won the one. The Falcons should have put them away up 28-3. You got to win the Super Bowl. You can't let them come back. I'm sorry. 2 rings, bullshit. But yesterday, I'm not impressed with the Cowboys. I mean, the first one against a winning team, and they have all these stats. Josh Dubois, They, no punting, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Tonight was the second game he lost, 97-1. I said that one. Cowboys, 33 first downs, tied for the most of the game since Ravens at 36 in 2021. What else did I see? They played 6 home games. They have scored at least 20 points in 8 of the 12 halves they played at home. 30 plus regular season, 30 points in 7 straight regular season home games. Third longest ever behind the Broncos, 2012-13, and the Rams, 99-2000. That was the greatest team on turf. 14 straight at home. Only team with a longer winning streak at home is the Pats from 2017 through 19. Dak Prescott, okay, yeah, he's played great, everything. 21 combined touchdown, passes and runs the last 5 games. And everybody loves bashing Derek Carr. Derek Carr, 21 combined TD passes and runs in his last 17 games. He's had 16 touchdown passes in November. You know who went 0 for November? Pistons, over 15. 15. They've lost 16 or they lost over 15 in goddamn. Can you believe that? Over 15 in November. The Pistons. They lost last night to the Knicks. Brunson had another 40-point game. The only guy he's behind is Richie Guerin with 14. I think that was his 7th last night as a Knick. Pay him. Whatever he wants, you pay him. Small Fry Press, how you doing there? Yeah, good to see you too. And 11th time a player has thrown 16-plus touchdown passes in a month. Aaron Rodgers, the last 16 in 2020. Aaron Rodgers participated second practice today. I saw him running around a little bit. Hey, we're supposed to go to the Jet game tomorrow. I was supposed to go with Jay. And he said he has tickets for Christmas Eve. Last time on Christmas Eve was 2011. I watched the game with Harris. Victor Cruz with a 99-yard touchdown return. And he said he had on his Darrelle Revis jersey. Jay had on, and they said, "Wow, I didn't know Darrelle Revis was so short." He said that's the last time he went. He told me he has tickets, but we have the Core Four have their Christmas Eve party every year, so that's not happening. They're playing the Commanders. It's supposed to rain on Sunday, so we're not going to go to that game. And CeeDee Lamb, second player ever with 5+ games in the season with 11+ catches, 100+ yards. Michael Thomas had 6. Michael Thomas had a hell of a year that year. And Prescott has thrown for, against zone coverage, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh, that was just yesterday. And has thrown a league-high 10 TDs for zone coverage since the Cowboys' Week 7 bye after throwing none in his first 6 games. They had come and not given up any sacks to the Cowboys. They had 3 in the first half. But he seemed protected the second half. And Mike McCarthy there's been 5 regular season games without a punt in NFL history, and Mike McCarthy has been a part of 3 of them, 2 with the Packers had 2 of those games in 2014 alone. Thank you, ESPN Stats and Info for that one. Yes, Rob Parker. Better Days Golf. Dominic, how are you doing there? I was thinking about you today. He sent me a hoodie from his company. I saw the roller hockey stuff, dude. I'm not around that weekend where you're doing the roller hockey. I apologize. But I will see you at future events. Yeah, I love that video you put up too, dude. That was a really cool video. So nice stuff. Oh, and then, they're going around, they're ripping up signs for the Israeli hostages. So I thought a woman was ripping it up. I just looked, and she said, "See?" And she got nasty. And I said, "Fuck you." She goes, "I wouldn't fuck you. You're the ugliest fucking guy I've ever seen." I said, "Really?" She goes, "You're a loser. And I just kept staring at her. She goes, "Loser." I was like, "Oh, you're nice. Keep it classy." Yeah, she goes, "Fuck you, Yeah, she got all real nasty. And I was going to walk away. No, but JD likes confrontations. He really does, especially in New York. There's a lot of wackos out here, and I like to bring out all the insanity. So I went right back at her, that freaking biatch. Yeah, Michigan will not be happy if she hears that story. But she's not listening right now, so only the people out here know, and you guys can keep a secret. So that's all good. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson had to wear Michigan stuff because they lost. The Ohio State lost, so he had to wear some stuff, and I like that a lot. I like that he had to wear some Michigan stuff. Michigan, Iowa. There was a guy today at the gym. I was training Linda, and he had on an Iowa sweatshirt. I kept saying, "Go blue, go blue." A lot of people don't know what they're wearing. They don't know what they're wearing, and I got his attention, and he was like, "Oh, we'll see if they score a touchdown tomorrow." Tonight you have Liberty, New Mexico State for the Conference USA Championship. Then you have Oregon, Washington in Vegas. That's a game I like to go to. You know what? I just don't know. I mean, I think Oregon's played better, but I think Washington's have played better teams. But I feel that Washington hasn't played as well lately, whereas Oregon has beaten up shitty competition. I mean, something's got to give, or it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be like one of those 51-49s 49 games, 49s. That's not 49s. It's not a plural thing. It's not like saying targets. Yeah, Lakers Ma says targets. And my ma doesn't call it Velcro. She calls it Velcros. I'm like, I don't know. Is that a new movie coming out, Ma? Velcros? She says Velcros, my mother. That cracks me up. But yeah, it should be a good game tonight. I'm going to go with Washington. I don't think it's going to happen, but I like it. And you have tomorrow Bama. We'll see what happens with Bama. Georgia's going for their 30th straight win. I feel like Bama has played way above, levels, exceeded expectations this year. And they had a tough game against Auburn last week. They pulled out that 4th and 31, which should never happened. And I'd like to see what Jalen Milroe can do, but I think Beck has played really well for Georgia, and Kirby Smart has them playing. I think people think that that they're not as good this year, but I think they're pretty damn good. SEC is a really strong conference. I'm going to take Georgia. Tate Rodmaker got a concussion last week. It's going to be a game time decision for Florida State. If not, they have a freshman quarterback who threw 3 passes this year, ran for a touchdown against North Alabama. But that I talked to Sam. So Sam and Ari are going to the game tomorrow, and I hope that Rodmaker plays. But if he doesn't play, Louisville, after losing for the 5th year in a row to Kentucky, has something to prove. And what else is tomorrow? Oh, in Texas, do you hear one of the frats at Oklahoma State? They had a carcass of a dead Longhorn that had some colorful language carved into it, and its stomach was cut open in front of an Oklahoma State frat. I mean, dude, really? I mean, that's, dude, no. So I said, Hal, please, Texas, kick their asses tomorrow. I thought that was disgusting. I saw that. I was like, that is really, really, really shitty. Can't do stuff like that. A carcass of a Longhorns are nice. What did that Longhorn ever do to you? Oklahoma State, we're going to see. Texas is going to kill them, I think. And what else do we have? I think I pretty much covered all the games. Pac-12, Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, and SEC, ACC, Big 12, Pac-12, ACC, SEC, Big 12, ACC, SEC, Big 12, Pac-12, and I know I'm missing somebody. Shit, what am I missing? ACC, SEC, Big Ten, yeah. So I think I covered everything. We'll see what happens there. Jabril Peppers, after the game, lost to Saquon. You know what he said? He said after the game they lost, he goes, "You're lucky we asked." I thought that was hilarious. I thought, "You lucky we asked." Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they're not good this year. And I don't even know who's starting. And I think they asked Belichick about next season. He goes, "I'm worried about the Chargers this week," which is what he always will say. You know what? You're not going to get anything. You think Belichick's going to give you like some great, drop some knowledge or something? No, come on. He's not doing any of that stuff. Come on, not even happening. And linebacker Bobby Okereke, 4 years, $40 million for the Giants. He leads them in tackles, interceptions, 70 tackles, 2 interceptions. He has 56 tackles in the run game, more than any one player in the NFL per PFF New York Giants. Well, if it's there, it has to count. And he's played every defensive snap this season. That was a great pickup for them. I like that pickup a lot. Bo Jackson's birthday yesterday. We were talking about I'm on now the company's Twitter. What do I want to call it? Their Twitter chat group. And those guys go nonstop all day. Those guys go all freaking day. All day. Yeah. And Seattle yesterday hadn't scored in 7 quarters an offensive touchdown. That happened. And Dallas trailed for the first time at home this year. 14 straight home wins. Yeah, you see Jerry Jones with Dion and Shedeur Sanders before the game. Yeah, Shedeur's I guess that fractured back's okay. It wasn't okay to play, but he looks like he's having a good time. So, I don't know. Dak, 19 touchdown passes. Well, now 21 last 5 games. Only 5 quarterbacks have thrown more through this entire season. You got Bengals, Jags, Monday Night Football. Jags haven't been on Monday Night Football since 2011. Brendan, that's a long time. And Bengals 14 straight road primetime game losses, where T. Higgins is going to play after missing the last 3 games. And the 2-9 Pats were flexed out of their game Sunday, December 18th, against Kansas City. Even Mahomes couldn't save the game. And when they showed, I think we have Thursday Night Football next week, it's the Pats versus the Steelers. Nobody used it for the Pats. They had a picture of Bill Belichick and T.J. Watt. You're telling me that the best player on the Pats is Bill Belichick? So they were flexed out of that game on Monday Night Football. Now they're going to play Sunday. And now the Monday night game that week is going to be Eagles at Seahawks. And Deron Bland, he did get an eighth interception, but in that first half yesterday, 6 targets, 5 catches, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns against him. He came in, he had allowed 1 touchdown all season. Well, DK Metcalf, I was talking to Dave right now. He is fast. I mean, that guy can fly. I mean, wow. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Most by any player and a half this season. That's the most yards and everything and a half by any player. Deron Bland, and he got defensive in November NFC Defensive Player of the Month. Yeah, well, that's what happens. You get and DK Metcalf. I don't know how anybody can cover him. He's a big dude, man. That is a very large man. That is a very, very large man. And Dallas came in averaging 7.4 penalties. They had 8. They had 8 early in the game. 8. And I was like, dude, that's a lot of turnovers. Yeah, that's a lot of turnovers. I mean, penalties. Yeah. You know when you're a little wired? Yeah, I'm a little wired. Sometimes I'm a little wired. I can't help myself. Yeah, I was trying to see the team stats. Oh, Jesus. Why is this not? You know what? Today it's just nothing's working the way I want it to. Let's see. Dallas. Let's see. Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, okay, that's what I want to look at. The stats. There was a ton of penalties yesterday. All right, let's see. Yesterday, I felt like at the end they were calling a penalty every goddamn. Okay, so penalties. Dallas 9 for $127. The Seahawks 10 for 100. 19 penalties for 257 yards. It was ridiculous. Only 1 interception thrown the whole game. I mean, yards per play. They both had over 400 yards. Seattle had 6.3 per play. The Cowboys had 5.2. Dallas had 136 rushing yards. I had a couple guys in fantasy that played pretty well. Who played? Rushing. No, that's not who I had. Yeah, well, you know what though? He could have had a better game for me, but Tyler Lockett at 5 for 47 should have had a couple drops. Prescott threw for 299, 3 touchdowns. Pollard had 68 on the ground, plus another 15 receptions. CeeDee Lamb 12 for $116 and a touchdown. Jake Ferguson, my tight end, 6 for 77 a touchdown. It was very nice. I was very excited. I was very happy about it. And Hankins had a sack. Yeah, and that was a big play at the end from Parsons. Parsons is a big play. Big play. And we have the Saturday games, December 16th, Vikings at Cincy, then Pittsburgh at Colts, Broncos at Lions, all on NFL Network. And 2 games moved to Sunday, the Falcons at Panthers and Bears. But that should be, Vikings, Cincy, Pittsburgh at Colts, Broncos at Lions. I watch a Lion game. Yeah, Bland, 8th interception. Yeah, crazy. TJ Watt, Bill Belichick. That's what they had to show. Pete Carroll, 36-0. I love that he was 36-0, and he got, when he's scoring 35 plus points, that's, I guess, in the NFL. Well, yeah. And hadn't beat a team with a winning record. Crazy. Yeah, and Dallas 4 straight home games, scoring 40 plus points, ties NFL record. The 52 Lions won the title. The 2000 Rams lost in the wild card to New Orleans. And the 2013 Bengals lost in the wild card to San Diego. All right. Crazy, right? Crazy. And the Niners under Kyle Shanahan win 2 or more turnovers, 11-36. 0 or 1 turnovers in a game, 49-13. Marcus Mosher, listen, Dak Prescott he is having a great regular season, but until he does something in the playoffs, it means nothing to me. If you remove the Week 18 bad game last year against the Commanders where they lose 26-6, 33.6 point per game for Dak. He played 11 games after missing 5 with a thumb injury. No, that couldn't have been, right? Was that it? No, he missed 5. Oh, yeah, because they played 5, 6. Yes. He played 1, 5 games missed, and the last 11. Last year, he had 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. and they're averaging 36.6. What is Dak's stats this year? Yeah, what is Dak doing this year? Dak is having a season. This year he has... Now I'm trying to find... 26-6 this year? Wow. 70% of his passes completed? Damn, he's having a season. He is having a season. All right, Lanker and have to be pretty ecstatic about that, huh? Yeah. Yeah, he's getting it done, huh? 26-6. Damn. Yeah, 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 3,234 yards. And he's also rushed this year for $174 and 2 touchdowns. All right. Right. That's pretty good. So we have the college football playoff. Talk about Riley Leonard. I missed some stuff the other day with Rob, which I'm fine with. Rob was on. I think Rob's looking right now and being like, oh, I should come back on again. Yeah. So I put this in yesterday's show. I didn't talk about it. Max Johnson is going from LSU, Texas A&M. Now he's going to go to UNC because I think Drake May is going to leave. This past year, 1,452 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Best year was 2021 under Orgeron. He went 28 for 15, 27 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 2 years at LSU, 2 years at A&M. I guess he's a grad transfer. We're going to see how that works out for them. Peyton Wilson, who had terrorized UNC in that bowl game. I'm sorry, in the regular season finale, 39-20. He is the 2023 ACC Defensive Player of the Year. He got an invitation to the Senior Bowl, and Dane Brugler, who writes, he's a guy who does all NFL draft stuff, said medical important for final projections, athleticism, effort, and toughness all off the charts. So he had 15 tackles, a sack, and interception in the win over UNC, and 69 tackles, 6 sacks, a forced fumble, and 3 interceptions this year. And the Greasy Breeze Quarterback of the Year award, for Brian Greasy. Well, it could be Bob Greasy too. Bob Greasy was a great quarterback at Purdue, but Brian won a national championship at Michigan, and Breeze was great. Took Purdue to a Rose Bowl. J.J. McCarthy, 24-83, 19 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, another 181 on the ground, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, okay. I really think he needs to show me a lot more. I still feel like, they should blow up Iowa tomorrow. I mean, it shouldn't be close. But we're going to watch the game and see what happens. But we shall see. The Sun Belt Conference, every team is in the bowl. Is in the bowl except for Louisiana Monroe and Southern Miss. It's like you got to look at the fine print. Grayson McCall, Coastal Carolina. He's leaving after last year. Grad transfer. 4 years, 10,005 yards, 88 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. He was hurt a lot last year. He had a career high 6 interceptions, 10 touchdowns, only for 119 yards. But this is a guy I might pick up because he can ball. He can ball. Yeah, he can really ball. And yeah, I talked about him. I talked about Levi Williams with going into Navy SEALs rather than in play for Utah State. Clark Lee from Vanderbilt fired as defensive coordinator Joey Lynch and will be defensive coordinator next season. Thank you, Chris Harris. 2-10. Vandy went 0-8. They should not be in the SEC. I'm sorry. They should be playing in the Ivy League, not in the SEC. They're not. He can say whatever he wants. It's just not happening. And UCLA lost 5-star quarterback Dante Moore's going into the portal. Threw a little shade at Chip Kelly. 9 games, 1,610 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's a guy who's going to go somewhere and light it up. Carolina should go after him. Try to get him on board. That would be nice. That would be very, very nice. And Wake Forest wide receiver Wesley Grimes. People were saying he's only played 2 years. 20 catches, 339, 4 touchdowns. There's a lot of guys. I could talk about all of them, but they had said that he's a guy to watch out for, that he could be really good. Oregon State, DJ Angalele, who's already been at 2 schools, just transfer. I guess he's a graduate transfer, so he would have to sit out a year. He went for 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for Oregon State, but Jonathan Smith is going to Michigan State. Could he follow him to Michigan State? Maybe. 2,638 yards. Josh Kelly is going to the portal from Washington State. 61 catches, 923, 8 touchdowns. And Washington State and Oregon State are going to play 6 games each against Mountain West Conference teams, 3 at home, 3 away, but they do not qualify for the Mountain West Conference championship game, but they have games lined up for next season, at least 6 games. They're going to play each other for 7. So I guess they have to find and some non-conference stuff. So I guess they will schedule. Yeah. I guess they're going to be, the Pac-12 is going to be the Pac-2 with a lot less players. And EA college game on track, college football game on track to be released this year per Pete Nakos. I bought that one year on the Wii. And Penn State hiring Kansas offensive coordinator Andy Kotelnicki as new offensive coordinator, replacing Mike Urick. And this is a big thing, though. ESPN analyst David Pollack is joining to save women's sports anti-trans movement. He said women's sports not a transfer portal for mediocre male athletes who compete as women. That was from Awful Announcing. I know, listen, I've heard about it. People saying that, they have an advantage. But there are, trans athletes now playing sports. But I really don't think it's mediocre male athletes who decide to compete as women. I don't think that's the case. I feel these are people that never felt comfortable in the sex they were born in. And you know what? They're not bothering me. Why should they bother you? Are they taking scholarships? I mean, they're acting like they're taking away scholarships away from kids. I'd like to see the research to show me that that's the case. This is just another, And people get really uptight about this. You can't talk about this to people, but people get really uptight. And I don't. And the Barstool Arizona Bowl will be on the CW network, and I can't stand. Dave Portnoy is going to be in the booth. I don't get it. I loved, he called up Tom Brady, and he was talking like, he kept saying with that Super Bowl, and I'm like, dude, Portnoy, you don't play sports. You went to Michigan, you didn't play any football. He's talking like he played at Michigan, and he goes, we had it tough, but then that Super Bowl, and you're like, dude, the game this week, and he's talking, and Brady must just be like, really? I'm talking to this guy, he's acting like he was on our team? Dude, you have a Barstool Sports, you go around and you eat pizzas everywhere. I don't think that constitutes we. Whenever I say that, I feel like an idiot. Like, yeah, we got to play better. I'm not playing on the team. I root for the team, but it's not we, it's them. I'm just like, come on, really? And listen to this, Bobby Petrino's contract with Arkansas. Now, he's only the offensive coordinator. $1.5 million, 8 tickets per game, country club membership, $2,000 Nike allowance. I don't know why he would need, I think everything would be given to him. $7,200 car allowance. Do the math, that's $600 a month for a car. I guess he can afford something. And come on, you really think they're going to charge him for a car? You got the offensive coordinator, and where's he driving to? He's driving to watch film. And performance bonuses. I was telling the guys in the chat room for the company, for DiPietro and Rothenberg, that I said, tell your kids to become a college football coach. A lot of money to be made. And Indiana has a new coach, Kurt Cignetti. He's 62 years old. He worked for Saban at Bama from 2007 to 2010. He worked with Jones. I'm saying the former Hartford Style. What's going on, man? Who was on the Falcons? Who's the Falcons wide receiver? Who was? Let me look up. He's on. I'm blanking on his name. And Josh. I think Josh is doing something because Josh has been very. Yep, Josh is not on today. Josh is very quiet. Jones. Eagles. That's what Eagles. No. Julio Jones. Well, he worked with Julio Jones and made him into a first-round draft pick and a superstar. Well, he's 11-1 at James Madison. He wants to coach the bowl game. He's 119-35. He led James Madison to the FCS national title game, and then in the next 2 years they went to the semifinals. He went 52-9 at James Madison, 119-35. He coached at Indiana University in Pennsylvania and Elon and at James Madison. He made $677,000 and change this year for James Madison. Tom Allen made $4.9 million last year for Indiana. So I would say that's a huge, huge, huge pay raise in that front. Yeah, and tonight you have the top two passers in the Pac-12 championship game. And then Oregon wide receiver Troy Franklin, 77 catches, 1349, 14 touchdowns. And not to be outdone, Romeo Odunze for Washington, 73 for 1326, 13 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, and tomorrow, Oklahoma State is the number one running back in the nation with Ollie Gordon, 1,580 yards, 20 touchdowns. I think Texas is going to kill him. I mean, Hal says that Oklahoma only gives them problems. Oklahoma State, or they call them that mini Oklahoma, does not. And there was something interesting I read from the News and Observer to Andrew Carter. I thought this was really interesting. UNC long labeled as a sleeping giant in college football. He said that's an origin story. Like status itself, it's a myth. It's a myth that they are some sleeping giant. Instead, UNC fully awake and simply what it is, which is an average college football, which is what it is. It's really not. It's a team that could win 8-9 games a year and, dabble, maybe win a game here and there, but lose games they should win. Not really great team. Every once in a while they have a really good season, but they're not a team that's going to compete for a national championship. And Mac Jones needs to go. Mac Jones is a very old man. Mac Jones needs to go. Yeah, Mac Jones needs to move on. Oh, what did I just see? Did I just see Joe Flacco starting for Browns? Wow, that's crazy. Dude, that is crazy. That is crazy that he is going to start. Blows my mind. Joe Flacco starting. Joe Flacco. And Miles Bridges signs a 1-year deal? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a little crazy. Yeah, do not disturb on. Yeah, what's going on here, guys? Yeah, that's enough. And what I just see, Miles Bridges for the Denzel Ward missed his second straight game. So dead cow. Joe Flacco starting. Let me see. New NBA rankings. Yeah. So they say Yankees claim, the Post says, haunted them. They lost game 2 of the ALDS to, let me get this. What's the guy's name? Oscar. I saw this. They're talking about that it haunts them. Yankees and Mets. Or let me finish college football. Okay, no. Let's get to this. Yeah. Yankees claimed Oscar Gonzalez. He hit game 2 in 2022 in the ALDS. That year he hit 296, 11 home runs, 43 RBIs. He's going to be 26 very soon. 212 this year. I'm sorry, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, 214 batting average. Right fielder, hits right-handed. Really? I mean, no. And the Mets. This cracks me up. That the Mets claims catcher outfielder Cooper Hummel, 29 last year in Seattle. He hit .087, 2 hits and 23 at bats. He's 29 last year in Seattle. Debuted in 2022 with Arizona. Added to 40-man roster. Thank you, Tim Haley and Jeff Passan. David Stearns drafted. Harris has joined us. He never joins us. Cooper Hummel. Brewers drafted Cooper Hummel. Traded him to the D-backs in 2021 for Eduardo Escobar, who ended up playing 176 games with the Mets. Got traded to the Angels, and now he's back with the Mets. So these are the big pickups. I know Bumbles, Jay, and Rob cannot be happy with these. This is not going to make the team better. It's not going to make the team better. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, I thought that was kind of... And women's sports competitions will likely set a new revenue record in 2024, surpassing $1 billion. I saw $1.3 billion. I saw Nadal is going to play in the Brisbane International in January. He's been out for a while. Tiger had a 70 in the second round, 75 first round in the Hero World Challenge. Hey, he's out there playing golf. I mean, isn't that the best thing? He's out there playing and playing well. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, crazy about the... yeah. And I saw, Bama basketball suspended Nick Pringle. He played 36 games last year for conduct detrimental to the team. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks. I saw that. And Bama plays number 1 Purdue in Toronto next Saturday. Because I think Edie is from Canada. And I think that's why they're playing the game in Toronto for Edie, Purdue. I said Georgia going for their 30th straight win versus Bama. Now, this is crazy. So I saw this from Ralph Russo. Barry Sanders in 88 with the bowl game rushed for 2,850 yards and 42 touchdowns. Plus, he had a punt and a kick return that year. 2,850 that year. He had 4 300-yard games, and he ran for 293 in another game. They played an extra game against Wyoming and I think Tokyo, if I remember correctly, where he had 222 and 5 touchdowns. He had more yardage than Troy Smith had winning the 2006 Heisman. He had 2,542 passing yards, and Testaverde had in 86 winning it for the U, 2,557. So Barry Sanders had more rushing yards than 2 former Heisman Trophy winners. 2,850. 2,850. And I think they played 12 or 13 games. That's what I wanted to look up. Let me look up Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders. No. Yeah. No, that's not what I want. Thank you so little. Where's that? Where's? Oh, here it is. Okay. Is that it? Yeah. Barry Sanders had 1988 had a season. Barry. No, I don't want NFL Barry. But it's funny. It all gets Barry Sanders. 19. I gotta watch that. But 1988. Let me see. Okay, so listen what he did that season. They play Miami of Ohio. He has a $178. Then against Texas A&M, he has 20 for a $157. Then against Tulsa, he does 304, 5 touchdowns. Broke school record for yardage for the first of 3 times in the 88 season. Then in Colorado, which they won, he had a $174, 4 touchdowns, including a 65-yard run. Nebraska, they lost 63-42. He had 35 for 189, 4 touchdowns. At the time, the 4th most rushing yards against any Nebraska team. Then they played Missouri. He got a $154, 2 touchdowns, including a 45-yard score. Kansas State, 320. Second best rushing tally in Big 8 history at the time. I love that Big 8. Then against Oklahoma, 215. And Mike Gaddis had 213 for Oklahoma. They lost that game 31-28. Kansas, which was never good. He ran for 312, 5 touchdowns. Broke single season TD record with 31 for the season at this point. Then he goes for 293 at Iowa State. 4 touchdowns, including an 80-yard run. Broke Big 8 season rushing record with this game. Then against Texas Tech in Tokyo. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that was the last game. Okay. That was I thought that Texas Tech 332, 4 touchdowns. Heisman was awarded at 8 a.m. Tokyo time the day of the game. 44 for 332. They won 45 for 332. Then he plays in the Holiday Bowl against Wyoming, and he goes for 222, 5 touchdowns, a Holiday Bowl record. Also completed 1 of 2 passes for 17 yards. So 2850, 44 touchdowns, 106 receiving yards, and 515 return yards. Oh my God. He said, thanks to ESPN declaring Sanders' season the best ever. I tracked down the missing carry that was in this column 7 years. Now this column finally adds up correctly. I said, wow, dude. Whew. Wow, that must have bothered him. Yeah, 344. I guess it was off by 1. But 2850. And he more than Troy Smith. And he had more than Testaverde had passing yards in their Heisman winning seasons. I thought that was awesome. I think someone will appreciate that, right? Someone. So if Rodemaker gets hurt, if they can't play for Florida State, they're going to have the freshman Brock Glenn playing, which would not be good. So FSU is trying to win their first ACC championship, again, their first college football playoff since 2014. And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about, and I want to apologize. He's going to come on the show next week, I think. That's not what I want. Let me see. Okay, so Milton is the best. I love Milton. He said next week after playoff he wants to come on. He had a debate with someone who thinks Florida State should be left out even if undefeated, thinks they aren't one of the top 4 teams even if they win. Milton disagrees. He said a 13-0 team needs to be in the playoff regardless of quarterback injury. Debate is best team versus best resume. I lean toward resume. 13-0 is 13-0. I totally agree with him. Totally agree. I don't know if Rob agrees with me or if you guys agree with me, but 13-0. You're undefeated. you get through your regular season and your conference championship game undefeated, you're in. You're in. And I'm sorry, people saying that, Ohio State should jump them. Ohio State isn't playing another game. I'm sorry. Maybe Texas, sure. You want to jump a team, or if Bama beats Georgia, okay. But I still don't think you can bump a team that's undefeated. And then, they might get in the playoff and get their asses kicked, but they should be rewarded for winning they should be rewarded. I'm sorry. They definitely should be rewarded for that. And, And Nevada fired their Ken Wilson with 2-10, 2 straight years. He was an assistant under Chris Ault from 89 to 2012. You're talking about a 23-year assistant, finally gets his shot, coaches the team, and goes 2-10 in consecutive seasons. Ends the season, they won 2 games in a row. They ended a 16-game, I think they're in the WAC. Is that even the WAC anymore? Or is that conference? What is Nevada in? What conference? Yeah, what conference is Nevada? Is it Conference USA? It used to be the WAC. That is $1 million question. Yeah. Let me see. I love that thing. I loved Nevada. Let me see. Nevada. What conference is Nevada in? That's a good question there, JD. Nevada Conference. Nevada Conference football. Mountain West. Huh. I was way off. I thought, okay, so they fired him. They'll bring in a new coach. Cam Thomas finally played. What do you have? 26 points yesterday. And Ben Simmons, update Saturday, which means he's going to miss another 14 weeks. Come on, are you crazy? Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders were actually, yes, Rob, you can come on. Rob, if you want to come on, dude, come on. You want to talk? I know you're sitting there like this. You got white knuckles. If you're sitting like this, just come on. I'm okay with it. Yeah, Barry Sanders backed up Thurman Thomas. I think he played fullback when he first got there. Yeah, you're right. So Cam Thomas off the bench, 26 and 24 minutes. They lost. Terry Rozier, first Hornets player ever, 37 points, 13 assists in a game. They lost. They're 9-9. Charlotte's 6-11. Billy Reinhart covers the Nets, and he says that Bridges had to take 22 shots for 22 points. That's not cutting it. Cam Johnson had 6 for 18. Nick Claxton, though, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 a steal, and 2 blocks, 9 offensive rebounds. That's playing some ball. Yeah, Pistons 0 for November. They lost, and yeah, a guy proposed to his girlfriend at the Garden. They said that's the first ring at the Garden in 50 years because Nick said once in 73. I thought that was funny. First ring handed out in 50 years at the Garden. Knicks were down 87-85. They came back to win, and Pistons 16-game losing streak. Brunson had 42, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 16 in the first, 6 40-point game. He is the second most, only behind, as I said, he's the 14 by Richie Guerin, has the most ever. Julius Randle had 29, 10, and 8. Cade Cunningham had 31 in the loss. What else did I miss? Yeah, Pistons accountability. The team's a mess. And Monty Williams isn't playing. Who's the Ivy? He's not playing him this year, and I think he averaged like 16 points last year. Had a great rookie season. Now he's not playing this year, and a lot of teams wanted him. I don't know why he's not playing. And when you lost 16 in a row, you got to play the guys. I don't know what Monty Williams is doing. They paid him a ton of money. Does that mean he could be gone soon, or is it just everything's falling apart there? I don't know. But this was the awesome story. Mitchell Robinson played high school basketball in Florida, and he also played at Chalmette High School in Louisiana. Well, his coach there was Butch Stockton, whose wife died recently, and Robinson visited his wife every day. She was in the hospital when she was sick, and they filmed a bond. And after Stockton's wife died, Mitchell Robinson said, "Come up, stay with me in New York. You need to get your head right and come out." And he was at the game last night. He's hanging out there. That Mitchell Robinson said, "Dude, you know what? Your wife died. She's great. I think you need to get away. I think, maybe be in there and, just come out, hang with me. You'll have a good time. People in New York, it's the holidays and everything. It's a depressing time. A lot of people commit suicide over the holidays. Everybody's like, holiday. It's rough on people. So I know it can be rough. You eat too much and everything. You feel like you're going nonstop and it's supposed to be happy times. And then, I don't know, a lot of people don't seem that happy. But it is a good time. You got football. You got bowl games. But you got to be happy this time of year. But how about that? I thought that was awesome. I just saw it. I was like, and my client today, she said, JD, I can see you doing that for somebody. I said, oh yeah, I've had people say, but I would do that. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, Trae Young had a game-winning charge last night. They beat the Spurs. Wemby's not playing tonight. He has a tight hip, but they're not there. And he had 21, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. But they're 3-15, 13 straight losses, and the Hawks are 9-9. Heat beat the Pacers 132, but Toppin's been playing well. He had 25. Halliburton 44 career high, 10 assists, and Butler had 24 of his 36 in the second half. The Heat are 11-8. The Pacers are 9-8. And I saw Cat's been playing well. SGA has. Listen to this. Now, is it Gilgis or Gilgis? I heard Gilgis. I like calling him SGA from OKC. He's 94.5% from the line. Minimum. That's the best minimum 100 attempts since Ray Allen in 2008, 2009. 94.5 from the line. That's impressive. Yeah, Wemby has hit tightness. He's going to miss his first game of the season. UNC was up on South Carolina in the first half, lost by 6. They're 5-3. South Carolina is 6-0, and Camila Cardoso had 6.16 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 blocks. She tied her career high for the 3rd time. Yeah, it was a little chippy. It was a little chippy out there. Deja Kelly had 20, and Maria Gactens played the 4th quarter with 4 fouls, and she was the post presence. But hey, I thought they looked so good at the first half. I said it's going to dwindle, and that's what they said. South Carolina didn't even play a good game, and they still won. And they said everybody should watch out for them because they're playing some really good basketball. Angel Reese had 19 points last night, and Kim Mulkey fastest to 700 wins. She got the win last night, but she finally got in the game. I think, yeah. So Angel Reese, played finally. And so a Florida Atlantic senior said when he was a freshman, this is from Jeff Goodman, who covers a lot of college basketball, said 300 people at a game freshman year. This year, so the place only holds 3161. You think they're going to get a bigger arena going forward? They beat Liberty 63-58. And both teams are 6-1. They got the win yesterday. Liberty's first loss of the season. So Andrew Filipponi, 70 goalies have started a goaltender for Penguins in Penguins history. And Tristan Jarry had an empty net goal last night, the first goal ever by a Penguins goalie, 17th all-time. They beat Tampa Bay 4-2. They're 11-10-1. Tampa Bay's 10-9-5. Devils 4-3 over Philly. And the game-winning goal was from Jack, a pass from Jack to Luke in overtime. So Luke gets his 3rd goal. Jack Hughes got a goal to assist. Jack Hughes missed a bunch of games. They are 11-9-1. And he hasn't even played 21 games. He has 29 points already this season, Jack Hughes. Philly's 11-10-2. Isles 5-4 over the Hurricanes. They're 9-7-6. Carolina fell to 13-1. And I sent it to the group. The alternate jerseys for the Rangers. I want that jersey. I don't know. Look, the stripes. It looks really cool. It looks really, really cool. I guess Rob has stage fright tonight, or he doesn't want to be on with me. So Rob, yeah, hurt my feelings there, Rob. Hurt my feelings. I guess he's saying like, oh, dude, do you want me to come on? I'm like, dude, you're the man. I'm seeing if he texts me. I don't think he did. Yeah, no. Rob, Barry Sanders, yeah. He can come on. Yeah, so I sent a picture of the barbecue to my cousin Hallie. Goes, Jesus, what the fuck is that? It is disgusting. So if you check my story on JD Talkin Sports, and look at my story, you'll see the barbecue I got today. It looked like somebody threw up on a plate. And the cornbread was like, it was terrible. It was it was unedible. Unedible. That's how bad it was. Terrible. Oh my God. And Dr. J sent me a thing on Instagram. A woman gets in an elevator with a guy. She says, what floor? He goes, 3. He presses it. She presses it for him. And then she takes her phone out and she goes, tip 15, 20, or 25%. Because everybody wants a tip. Everybody wants a goddamn tip. And I'm like, you don't all deserve a goddamn tip. I'm sorry. Now, Ohtani can get upwards of $600 million, well above $500 million, says Jeff Passan. Mitch Bannon had the best tweet. He said, I hope Shohei Ohtani signs a deal with an opt-out after every season so we can get to this, so we can do this every winter of the decade. And this is interesting. 32 University of Oregon female athletes were set to file a class action sex discrimination lawsuit against their school Friday. Yeah. The plaintiffs, which include 26 members of Oregon's women's beach volleyball team and 6 club rowers, accused the soon-to-be Big Ten University of violating federal law by depriving them of equal athletic financial aid and other resources. Those other disproportionate resources, the plaintiffs allege, are the benefits OU athletes receive through Oregon's NIL collective, Division Street, and Open Doors, which hosts the Ducks' official NIL marketplace. They want to hold the school responsible for what they say are the disparate opportunities the for-profit entity provides female athletes as compared with the men. Wow. 3 Oregon football players listed among the top 100 college athletes nationally. That's from On3's NIL player evaluation rankings. 115-page complaint, which grew out of the detailed investigation published in July by the Oregonian, which determined the university was likely deficient in 5 of the 9 areas that Title IX mandates equal treatment. Yeah, it notes that while women make up 49% of OU athletes, the school spends only a quarter of its total athletic budget and 50% of its recruiting dollars on them. Oregon would have to pay $4.5 million to its female athletes for the past 5 years to account for just those discrepancies it makes public in compliance with the Equity and Athletic Disclosure Act. This could get ugly. They're being represented by Arthur Bryant of Bailey and Glasser. He's also currently representing female athletes in sex discrimination cases against Fresno State, San Diego State, and the University of Central Oklahoma. He won against Clemson in 2021, forcing the school to reinstate its men's track and field and cross-country teams, claiming their elimination amounted to gender discrimination. Whew. That is crazy. Oh, Rob can't wait anymore. He's bursting. Oh, and Michelle, how you doing there? Good to see you. Run the marathon, Michelle. Run. I'm just busted. Yeah, I did it once. I would never do it again. That'll kill you. Oh, it was killing you. It was killing you. You were like this. What's up, dude? What's going on? And have you watched the documentary on Amazon? I gotta watch the Barry. Have you watched it? Okay, all right. Okay. Are you gonna watch any of the game tonight? Oh, you gotta be at Burley. Will you watch any of the Washington Oregon game? Who 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 the Knicks playing tonight? Away though. Away or home? Yeah, I don't know either. That's a good question. Let me tell you, Brunson. Good God, man. I mean, he is out of control. Oh, nope. I mean, but if you watched him in that playoff, the last time he was on Dallas, and he had a really good playoff series. But he hadn't really played it. He didn't play at this level. I mean, what 6 straight 40-point, 6 40-point game as a Knick? He's already second all time. I'm like, oh my God. Did you watch any of the football game last night? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? I'll tell you the truth. I don't think the Cowboys are that good. I mean, I think they're a little. And I think DK Metcalf is going to find another team to go to. I don't think he's going to stay there. I would love to. I would love to have DK Metcalf on my team. How do you cover him? How do you cover him? I mean, he is like he's. Oh Jesus! He had a touchdown that because he's not getting the guys. So I wanted to ask you this question as a dad. LeBron says whenever Bronny makes his debut with USC, he's sorry guys. He goes family first. I love you all, but would you miss a game to see your kid play b-ball if you were a pro? No, nobody. Right. No. Did you see Mitchell Robinson? Did you hear the story? His high school basketball coach. What a dude. I mean, that's holy. Rob, I was like, I got like chills. I was like, it's like, come up, hang out with me. You know what? You need to get out of there. You need to clear your head a little bit. Come on, hang out with me. And he's like, I mean, what and he's a really quiet guy, but Mitchell Robinson's not this. And he's just like, yeah, I'm hanging out. He's gonna hang out with him. I just thought that was such a classic. Oh man. And what do you think about what do you think? Yeah, yeah. And yeah, exactly. Who did? Who? Yes, yes, yes. But wait. So I wanted to ask. Warwick Dunn's his mother was killed as a cop in New Orleans, and I forget who looked out. Yeah, and Charlie Ward. I talked about it on the podcast once. Charlie Ward looked out for Warwick Dunn when he came to Florida State and was like a big brother to him. Yeah, yeah. Warwick Dunn. That's how he got involved with all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, he was. I think. Oh, I think he was going to college, or he was young. He would exactly. So Ward was 2 days after turning 18. It happened. That's when his mother got killed. Betty Smothers. Yeah, murdered while working off-duty security job. He became the head of the family, raised his siblings. Yeah, and he later met one of his mother's killers, Kevon Brumfield, and offered his forgiveness. Dude was just, Warwick Dunn was a different beast, man. He was just, and Deshaun Watson got a house built through Warwick Dunn's foundation. Yeah, crazy. I just was like, yeah. I mean, yeah, just he's a good dude. And Charlie Ward, I read a great article on ESPN about him. His Heisman Trophy is at the local library in the town he grew up in Georgia. It's just sitting in. The parents don't want to keep it in the house, so they put it. You go into the local library, and there it is in like a glass case. You're like, what is that? Is that a Heisman Trophy right there? Yeah. That is a good question. He was on Tampa Bay? He played right, and then he went to Atlanta. Yeah, that is a good. Yeah, he was Rookie of the Year, Pro Bowl. Shit. He went 97. Yeah, that's a good question. Did he win? So he went pro. He went to the Falcons. Oh, they went to Falcons 2002. Wasn't that when they won? Wasn't it 2? Right, I think he missed out. Yeah, then he went back. Yeah, that's gotta suck. Yeah, then he went to Atlanta, which, that one stings. That stings a little bit. Now, so I saw this thing, and do you ever read The Athletic? Okay, I love it. So I saw today Pacers can finish with both the best offense and worst defense in the NBA. No, right. Right. Now listen to this one. So this guy, James Jackson, you want to hear a crazy tweet? The Timberwolves, Days is outright West number one and number one. Outright is the number one team in the West. First 34 seasons, 10 days. This season, 10 days. So the first 34 seasons, number one seed in the West, 10 days. They've done it 10 times, 10 days this season alone. You want to talk about a shitty franchise. The T-Wolves, 34 seasons, outright number one team in the West. That Durant, not with Durant. Yes, Zerbiak. They lost they went to the Western Conference Finals where they were the number one seed. I think they lost had to be the Lakers, probably the Lakers. Somebody, they definitely, right. That was the best year and then he wanted out. Spreewell. Then he turned. But didn't he turn down a serious contract because he thought he'd get more money and then ended up signing for nothing? Like he took a huge. I thought there was a huge contract out there. He turned it down because he wanted more money, and then he ended up signing for a lot less. And I heard he's broke now. I heard he lost. Yeah, I mean, it happens to a lot of them. I mean, I hate to say it, but I've seen him at games. Yeah, Dolan loves him. I think Dolan, except Oakley. I'd love to see Oakley would hold him up by his throat and be like, let him down. And Zion's been playing better. They're 6-1 the last 7. They said he's been playing a lot better. Yeah, so I loved it, and I always loved the Lakers. Lakers lose to the Thunder. SGA is having a season, man. That kid, I just watch him I don't get to see him play in person a lot, but I'm always keeping track on him. That's a guy too. And OKC is going to be really good the next couple of years if they keep everybody. Right. Yeah, and I think it's good for basketball. You don't want to see the same teams win every goddamn year, Rob. You get tired of it. You're like, I mean, it's kind of nice that Denver's going to be Denver, but you would like to see Minnesota. I mean, they have the talent there. I mean, good God. I mean, Edwards is just, whew. And they said this year's draft is going to suck. I've looked at the top. I mean, even Zach Edey is like 50th, the center for Purdue. I don't even know any of the names of the top 15. I mean, it's really, they said this could be one of the worst drafts ever. So, I think guys might, yeah, that's the thing. I don't think there's a lot of talent. I mean, there's always probably some an outlier in that front, but I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen on that front. Yeah. And I don't know. And you saw Mark Cuban selling the team. Well, but they said he might run for president, but they said that he's still going to control the team. They said that they want to get gambling legal in Texas. So I guess we're going to see what happens on that front. So, yeah, I mean. Yes, right. Because my friend kid has diabetes, and insulin was going through the roof. It was hard to get insulin, so that was yeah. I think that's great. Yeah, and right, right. Exactly. Right. Like not like this. I'm above all of you and everything. Now you were talking you were talking about Jokic 7 triple doubles this year. Everybody else has 8 combined. Ugh. I know. Right. He wasn't even. Yeah, yeah. I totally agree. So did you see Kendrick Perkins had his top trios? His top trio was Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker, then Bird, McHale, Parrish. I was like, really, dude? Then Jordan, Pippen, Rodman. Yeah. Then Magic, Kareem. Yeah, no. And then he had Magic, Kareem, Worthy 4, and 5 was Curry, Thompson, and Green. And some guy said, "What about LeBron, Wade, and?" I'm like, I'm not. But I no. Worthy to me was God. He was awesome to watch. Worthy would always finish 42 and 15 in the game 6 against Sixers. That game was on tape delay. That game was, yeah. Right. I know. He made it look effortless. And Bird to me, Bird, I heard he hated, like during the summers he would just shoot left-handed. He goes, I'm gonna learn how to shoot left-handed this summer. And you know why his career ended? He did his mother's driveway. He did the he did the concrete. He paved his mother's driveway. He screwed up his back doing that. You're like, dude, you can afford to pay somebody. Oh yeah, yeah. I heard something. Yeah. I oh please, but he passed everything. Oh yeah, yeah. Killer mentality. Yeah, killer mentality. He was like I remember when he got in the fights with Dr. J and everything. But killer. Remember the 3-point contest? He goes, "Who's playing for second?" And he wasn't joking. What? No. They're third. No, third. They're third. Third. And okay, so that's yeah. Really, over. So you need a guy who's going to go. Yeah, yeah. He- All right, so give me your top five again. So wait, you said Magic, set Magic. I would think Magic. Interesting. You take Shaq as your center. So yeah. Oh yeah, Jordan. I mean, if you're going for killer guys that and so no Kobe. I don't know. No, no, no. Jordan to me, there's Jordan. Everybody else. No, it'd be interesting. It would be interesting to see, yeah, the two guys on the same team together. I mean, because he really looked up to Jordan. So, but yeah, that's it. Okay, I think that's interesting. Yeah. No, real game. I think you got a point there. I think I'd want to. I'll tell you, a guy who distributes the ball. I mean, I guess I would take Magic. Jordan. Wait, so Jordan was a shooting guard. Shooting guard. So okay, so I take Magic, Jordan. I loved Kareem, man. I thought Kareem was very underrated. I you know and right, and even right, right. Yeah, I that is that's a good debate to have with people. Like, who would you have as your center? Because I never saw Russell play, but I mean, and Chamberlain just dominated. But when he played against Russell, Russell kind of like knew what to do against him. And then you had Shaq, Duncan. Well, but Duncan was more of a right. He was more powerful. I mean, I guess he played center. And Duncan was just, yeah, he was just did everything right. Yeah, just everything right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right. Yeah, think about it. Back then, yeah, the Lakers were, a lot of teams, like I thought the Lakers, when they won a couple of times, they played the Nets. The Nets went to the finals 2 years in a row, and that was not a good, that was the best team in the East for a couple of years, and they were not a very good team, the Nets, but they went to two straight finals, I remember. And they got their asses kicked by the Lakers. And San Antonio, yeah, they didn't, yeah. So it's kind of, and Kidd is a guy, I think, would I use him? I mean, Kidd did everything on the court, too. And Pippen. And there's something about Pippen, man. But the thing is, Pippen gets a bad rap because he didn't go to that playoff game. But I'll tell you, the year that Jordan missed, they lost the Knicks in the playoffs, he was the best player in the NBA that year. He had a phenomenal season. So, yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point. Look at you bringing some stuff right there. All right, look at you. All right. Good. Right. Wait. Wait, you're gonna watch the '86 Super Bowl at work one day just to watch it again? But but they so let me they were only up 10-9 at the half, right? I think it was a 10-9 half. Wow. Oh, and then they had that what Martin had the safety. Was that the Martin or the safety? George Martin? Who had the safety? Somebody had the safety. Yeah. And you know what's a great thing about that? If you remember, they at the Super Bowl was Strawberry and Gooden, and you could tell they were wrecked, wrecked, because that was right 80. That was right after the World Series, was it? Right 80. And then he had him do it, and he had him do it all the time. He had Parcells went every week to get his teeth cleaned just because he's superstitious. Like every week he went to the dentist to get his teeth cleaned. I remember reading about that. Tuna, yeah. I read somewhere that he always went to get his teeth cleaned. And because you made me think about that when the Niners beat Cincy, where they had that Taylor had that touchdown, they won 2016. Boomer was on the sidelines. They were getting ready to do it, and he goes, and I watched my Super Bowl, my Disney moment. Joe Montana, it passed me right by. So hey, you have to go. You want to do a couple trivia? Okay. I got a trivia question for you. Since you got yesterday's right, we took Lance Johnson, most hits in the season. I thought of you for today. Who has the most sacks in a game in Giants franchises? Single game, most sacks in a game. September 30th, 2007. See, Rob, it's like, why do I do this? Why? Dude, you're the best. You're the best, Rob. Mm. That's. I know you got to go. One quick. What about when Strahan got the sack record and Favre went? That bothered me. That bothered me that he kind of like took the. Right, right, right. Dude. That was the strike year too. Strike. He had what? I thought 87 was a strike year. Okay. Who did? Taylor? 15. Oh my God. Dude, you just bring knowledge that I just gotta speechless. All right, here I go. Here I go. I'm looking it up right now. You said 88. He had 88. Where the hell's his sacks, man? 88. He played 12. Dude, 15 and a half sacks in 1988. 12 games. 12 games. Well, okay. But listen to this. Listen to this. 86, 20 and a half. 87, 12. 88, 15 and a half. 89, 15. And then 90, he had 10 and a half. And 87, they didn't. Right, he only played 24 out of 32. He missed 8 games. He's in my top. Yeah, he's greatest. He's greatest defensive. Jeez, they would have been good. Damn, they would have been good. They were. Hey, Rob, thank you so much. All right, hey, have a good one. I'll talk to you, man. All right, adios. All right, Rob, thank you so much for being on today. He's got to go. He's saying out of here. Michigan's coming home, so I'm not going to do any more of this. So I want to send my love. Hey, I got a lot of people that were on today, man. I got a lot of people. Sabater 86, Victoria Rose. All these people. Listen, I also did the show on YouTube, but Josh said that it was not working on YouTube. The sound, I don't know. It worked the other day. I don't know what's going on here. Aaron's going to be on supposedly tomorrow. Oh, and the new. I forgot to talk about. Jersey looks great. Leave to the party. Good afternoon. Oh, I guess he's going to this party. Is he going to a party today? Oh, can't hear him. Late to the party. Good afternoon. Jersey looks great. Oh, all right. Hey, thanks, man. All right. Oh, and Joe has joined us. How you doing there, Joe? So I want to thank everybody. Listen, I would love to have more people on. If you're interested, Rob is someone I met through Aaron and Josh through the company. And if you want to come on and talk sports, I am up for it. Victoria, I would love to get a woman's point of view on sports. My girlfriend's a huge sports fan. She will not come on the podcast. Michigan will never come on. So I'd love to get people on. So Aaron, I think, is coming on tomorrow at noon. So hopefully we'll get some more people. So thank you so much for today. I got to split. All right. Football Friday. Enjoy your day. Love to Michigan. My mom, Mrs. S. Carol and Carol. Harris was even on a little today. I saw Michelle, everybody. So everybody, thanks. Rob, thanks for coming on. Talk a little football today, a little basketball, a little bit of everything. All right, I'll talk to you soon, everybody. Peace out. Have a great day. Adios.